One of 3 men arrested in a January sex trafficking investigation will not have to stand trial after agreeing to a plea deal offered by prosecutors. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a Scottsbluff businessman arrested back in January as part of a sex trafficking investigation has accepted a plea deal in which he's agreed to testify against another defendant in a related case. Jeffrey Calder last month entered pleas of no contest to amended charges of solicitation of prostitution, 2 counts of attempted possession of a short shotgun, and false reporting, which were all Class 1 misdemeanors. In 2 separate but related cases, Calder had been facing 1 misdemeanor and 6 felony charges, including sex trafficking and 2 counts of possession of a stolen firearm. In the plea agreement, Calder would not be required to register as a sex offender, and he agreed to testify in the state's sex trafficking case against James Jimmy Gutierrez. Sentencing for Calder has been set for November 22nd at 8:30 in the morning in Scottsbluff County District Court. Well, 2 people have been arrested for their alleged role in a savage beating of a man and tossing him out of a moving truck onto the highway. 37-year-old Jose Frias of Scottsbluff and 26-year-old Brianna Talbert of Minutair are charged with assault causing bodily injury to a person in connection to an October 13th incident. Court records say the 3 were traveling west of town when Frias began punching the victim in the back of the head and then pushed him out of the moving vehicle. Additionally, Talbert was reportedly recording the assault on her phone and laughing while recording. Frias will be back in court on October 26th, and Talbert has a pre-trial hearing for this case on December 6th. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer's in with your Thursday evening forecast. Tell us that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Renewal by Andersen. The time is now. Winter is coming, beautiful but brutal. You don't have to live through another winter with drafty windows and high heating bills. At Renewal by Andersen, we have great financing options with approved credit right now. Our certified full-time installers are the best in the industry, not subcontractors. We're a 5-star energy partner. Renewal by Andersen windows can significantly cut your heating bills. Put that blanket away this winter. Let's talk about your windows today. Renewal by Andersen. Winter is coming. The time is now.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, how about clear skies through the night tonight? Low temperatures falling back down into the 30s. Really a very tranquil stretch of weather coming our way for most of the next 7 days. A very nice weekend coming. A little frontal system going to come through late Saturday. It's going to mean some clouds, maybe a sprinkle. That's about it. Temps will be near normal and very little precip chances over the course of the next 7 days or so. 58 for your high yesterday, a little below normal on the backside of that storm system. We did pick up some more moisture, though, out of it. We're at an inch 29 now for the month, about 4/10 above normal, still hovering in that 3-inch-ish range below normal for the year on precip. Well, there's the cooler temps. You can see them off to the north and east. That system has continued to push away 40s on that part of the country. Here we have 50s and 60s for the most part in our area. Coolest closer to that colder air just off to the north there. Valentine at 53, Gordon at 54. Here we have low to even some mid-60s across the region. Winds are fairly light, under 10 miles an hour for the most part, and some gusts maybe up to 15 to 20 at times. That is about it. If you getting on the bus tomorrow, how about sunny skies as you head out the door? It'll be in the mid-30s, and on the way home it's going to be sunny as well, and maybe near 70 tomorrow. A beautiful Friday, last regular season of high school football as well tomorrow night. Conditions going to look very ideal for that. Clear skies here over the region tonight. Nothing going on. Lows are going to fall down into the 30s. Most areas should stay above the freezing mark or close to it. A few low 40s in eastern portions of Wyoming. Now tomorrow we have sunshine coming throughout the entire day. Any clouds are going to be off to the north, and then some high-level clouds here in the high country as we go late in the day. Those will try to drift out across the plains. They're going to be not much, just some fair weather, quiet clouds coming our way here as we go through the day tomorrow. And a beautiful day, maybe the warmest one of the next several, going to be in the upper 60s and low 70s out there. Very nice stretch of weather coming. 37 with lots of stars tonight. Winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Very comfortable evening. Very pleasant day tomorrow. Very mild, and 71. About normal for this time of year. We should be in the upper 60s. We'll be in the low 70s. Saturday, we drop back into the near 70-degree range again. We'll see more clouds, I think, around on Saturday. Again, a late day sprinkle not out of the question. On Sunday, we'll be in the mid-60s, back to near 70 on Monday. Then another system comes through. It's going to drop us down a little bit into the low 60s and bring some windy conditions in for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. But all in all, this is a pretty nice 7-day forecast that I think most of us can live with.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gearing, call Allstate agent Michael Inglehop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
At Platte Valley Bank, you don't have to be like a tortoise and carry your home on your back. They have mortgage experts that can help you finance the home that's perfect for you. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, looking for your next home, or simply want to refinance the home you're in, the experienced lenders at Platte Valley Bank are there to help. Contact them at pvbank.com or call and visit with one of the mortgage experts to take advantage of great rates at Platte Valley Bank.
It's another installment of Husker Chat. I'm Jason Jorgensen. It's brought to you by Acres Equipment as we're here to talk Husker football with the publisher of Husker Online, Sean Callahan. Well, quite a game Saturday night. Sean, looked like Memorial Stadium was rocking. Huskers were going toe-to-toe with the Wolverines. Unfortunately, another tough, bitter loss for Scott Frost.
Yeah, I mean, close doesn't count very often, but Nebraska's really close. And once again, they had the ball. They were up by 3 with 7 minutes left, just like Michigan State. And they had a chance to beat a top 10 team. I mean, Nebraska's played 3 of them this year, and they've lost by 3, 3, and 7 points against Michigan State, Michigan, and Oklahoma. It tells you how much Nebraska has improved as a program, but it still feels like they're so far away because they can't get the win, and that's what matters. And you just hope that mentally this team can withstand another rough, emotional letdown with the way that game was just kind of ripped out of their hands in the end.
Someone put together a list on social media, the way that Nebraska has lost tight games under Scott Frost. It's amazing. I almost feel when you watch Nebraska in these type of games in the fourth quarter, you almost expect something bad to happen.
Yeah, it's just everything under the sun has gone wrong. I mean, you think about even his first year at Northwestern. I mean, the way Northwestern mounted that drive out of the end zone, they were pinned on the 1-yard line, and they were able to get out of it. It might have been a late hit or roughing the passer tacked onto a play. I mean, just everything that you can imagine goes wrong. I mean, in some of these games, and sooner or later it's going to break. And you look at that game against Michigan. That was a really good team, Jason. Like, I think if you're being real with yourself, Michigan probably was a more complete team than Nebraska. But Nebraska executed. They played hard, and they were at home, and they fought, and they came back from a 13-0 lead. But Michigan probably had better running back play. Their quarterback did his job. They had a really, really good defense on all 3 levels, and they had really good special teams. And Nebraska found a way to crack that and take the lead. And you got to give them credit for that, but they just weren't able to finish the deal, unfortunately.
I think you also have to give credit to the players. You mentioned it a little bit. They have been so close in these games. It would be easy to say, okay, here we go again. But boy, they keep finding a way to get back up off the mat and come back and play pretty good football. And say what you want about the way this year has gone, this team has improved quite a bit.
Well, yeah, and I think being at home 2 weeks in a row at night, that atmosphere really raises this team up. I don't think the crowd doesn't really let you get down on yourself. This crowd wants it so bad, and that's probably the hard thing when you're at these games. Everybody just wants it so bad. They want to feel success around Nebraska football again, and those players understand that. And I think there's a letdown that they can't give the fan base what they all desire at this point. And it means so much more here than a lot of other places, and that's the hard thing. And sooner or later it's going to break because Nebraska has made a lot of improvements. I mean, you think about this team from 2018; they're significantly better in a lot of areas, but they still haven't been able to obviously break through because I think the Big Ten is tougher, the schedule's tougher. Nebraska plays 5 of their 12 games right now against teams ranked in the top 10. I mean, that's just a fact, and you can't really dodge that. I mean, Nebraska's going to have to beat some really good teams to get to where they want to go.
Today on Husker Chat, we're joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online, as we take a look back at the tough loss to Michigan and the game that's coming up against Minnesota. Sean, as you look what's left on the schedule, you can make the case with the way Nebraska's playing. They've got a shot in every one of those games, but realistically, what's got to happen for them here, even to get to that magical number of 6 wins to qualify for a bowl?
Well, they got to win the next 2 weeks. I mean, there's no other way to say it. They have to win at Minnesota. They're a 3-point favorite. They have to win against Purdue. They'll probably be a 7 to 10 point favorite at home. Those are automatics. And, we're splitting hairs here, but Nebraska was a dog against Michigan. They were a dog against Oklahoma. They were a dog against Michigan State. They lost all 3 of those games. The only game Nebraska's lost that they were a favorite in was Illinois. So, if you're really being true to it, I mean, the numbers and the metrics have played out other than Illinois. That's why that game was so big at the start of the year. Nebraska would just feel much different right now if they were at 4-3 versus 3-4, but they're not. And you can't get that Illinois one back. So you have to try to take it back from another game, whether that's Wisconsin, whether that's Iowa. And that's assuming that they can win these next 2 weeks in a row. I think personally, Jason, Ohio State is the toughest remaining game on the schedule. I know Iowa's ranked 2, but I think talent-wise, personnel-wise, the Buckeyes are going to get better every week. And I still think they're going to end up winning the Big Ten.
How about this one this week against Minnesota? They've not been quite as good as they hoped to be. They're coming off a bye week. They also been hit hard by injuries, especially in their backfield. What do you make of the way that the Gophers are playing at this point?
Well, Mo Ibrahim, the All-Big Ten running back, 3rd-team All-American a year ago, out for the year with an Achilles. And then another major injury happened to Trey Potts, their other running back, who was averaging over 100 yards per game. So they're down 2 of their backs. Tanner Morgan has struggled at times this year. If you go back and study Tanner Morgan on his deep ball throws from 2019 to now, he was one of the best deep ball throwers in the college football because he had 2 All-American NFL-type receivers, and they don't have that right now. And I think this offense for Minnesota is going to try to shorten the game. They're going to try to chunk it out. They want this to be an 8-9 possession game. Last week, the Michigan-Nebraska game, I believe it was a 13-possession game on both sides. Minnesota does not want this to be a 13-possession game. And I think PJ Fleck's game plan is, let's figure out how to run the ball to move the chains and limit the overall possessions in this game.
All right, we'll see how it all works out come Saturday morning as the Huskers travel to the Twin Cities. Sean, as always, thanks a lot for your time and your insights.
Thanks, Jason.
That was Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online. He joins us every week for Husker Chat, and it's brought to you by Acres Equipment. I'm Jason Jorgensen.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
My name is Angela and I'm with Langer Industrial Services.
There's a huge technology part in metal, just with all the programs we use, running the scale and paying people, all the software. He does 24/7 ransomware monitoring, making sure the programs run smoothly, making sure everything's running properly. So it's nice to have Jeremy there to call when things go wrong. He's always there right away. He's, within 30 minutes he shows up.
ERH Technology Solutions, we make technology work for you.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
There is a lot going on as we head into the weekend. Tonight, a pair of volleyball matches on the network. The Gering at Bridgeport match will be right here on KNEB.TV. Scotts Bluff playing their final regular season match tonight as well. They'll be at home to take on Torrington. Both Gering and Scotts Bluff looking to round into top form heading into subs next week, and that has been decided. That'll be Sydney, the top seed, and hosting that sub-district tournament. Tomorrow it's state cross country taking place in Kearney. 6 area teams, girls and boys combined, are running tomorrow. Plenty of other runners from the region set to be on hand as well. The head coach for the Gering girls and boys is Rick Merez, and he's hoping his 2 teams can build off their district showing.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that I think we take a lot of pride in. We run big in big meets, and that was a big one. We may have run a little bit better than I thought we would, absolutely, but one of the things that we've been able to learn over the years is that our conditioning and our success comes from the willingness of the kids to work hard and compete.
On the girls' side of things for Gering, Maddie Seiler going for a second straight state championship. She won at districts last week in only her second varsity race of the season after a summer injury. Merez on having the lead dog back at the front of the pack.
When we first lost her, that was kind of deflating. As an environment, you want the top kids to perform at a high level, and it just brings everybody else up. So to lose Maddie early on, you could see it in practice. You could see the concern of whether or not she'd be back. But bringing her back really changed the scope of what we did every day. It changed the confidence as a team. Having her come back, it was, as a coach, I had to be patient. Obviously you want one of the top runners in the state to be there as soon as possible, but she has big goals long term, and for her, it's important to be able to be healthy in the next year or 2.
State cross country tomorrow in Kearney. What about playoff football? That starts today across the state for D1 and D2 teams. Regular season action finishes up tomorrow night for the rest of the teams here in the region. Just the one game for us, of course, with Scotts Bluff traveling cross town to play at Gering. The Bulldogs coming off a tough double overtime loss to Mitchell at home last week. They've shown progress this season for head coach Danny O'Boyle with a couple of wins. Last year, Gering's best showing of the season came in a loss at Scotts Bluff to finish the year. You have to go back to 2009 for Gering's last win over the Bearcats. Scotts Bluff, they've won 5 straight games, 6-2, and looking to wrap up a district title and secure a home game for the first round of the playoffs next week. It looks like with a win, Scotts Bluff can finish as the number 7 seed in Class B. Again, they're looking to close out a district title tomorrow with a win. And a busy home weekend for WNCC. Softball closing out their limited fall season at Volunteer Field today. There's going to be playoff soccer for the men's team on Saturday at home against Trinidad State, plus 2 home volleyball matches tomorrow night to make up for Positively Pink Breast Cancer Awareness Night. $1 off admission if you wear pink, plus it'll be sophomore recognition night as well. Saturday, a big match against NJC. That will do it today. The latest from right here at the FNBO's TV Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, There's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
The 5055E from John Deere features the value of choice with a cab or open station, two-wheel drive or mechanical front-wheel drive, and transmission options. In addition to easy-to-use controls and loader compatibility. All of this is backed with a 5-year powertrain warranty. The only thing easier than owning a 5E is operating one. See your John Deere dealer for details.
Visit 21st Century Equipment with locations in Scottsbluff, Torrington, Bridgeport, and Alliance. Developing solutions, delivering success.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, we should know by mid-November who will be taking over as Scottsbluff County's Veterans Service Officer. County Management Accountant Lisa Ryan gave a final outline to the process during Monday's Commissioners' meeting, saying it will move forward in several steps. Ryan says it will start up with a review of applicants on October 28th.
We're bringing together the members of the Veterans Committee that are able and willing to participate, along with the commissioners are interested in being part of. We're just going to pull out our applications. We've got 10 people that applied. And we want to review and decide who's going to be interviewed. Interviews are going to take place on November 4th, first interviews.
A second round of interviews with 3 or fewer candidates would be November 11th, with the successful candidates' name to be sent to the state to verify they served active duty with an honorable discharge and have been a state resident for at least 1 year. Ryan says the Veterans Committee would present their choice of John Brem's successor for county board approval on November 15th. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.